Seconds out, round one.
Here we go then, first round of a scheduled 6. Looking forward to seeing Megan Redstall in action. It'll be a fresh start for her. There'll have been disappointment, Andy, about another big title fight kind of falling out of bed at very, very late notice. Some fighters just seem to have to deal with this more than others. So she's been frustrated by those difficulties, but hopefully now with Johnny Clark, an opportunity to press on, maybe let out some of those disappointments in the ring tonight.
It'll have been hard to take because you train hard, you work hard, you tell yourself that if you keep doing that, then the opportunities will come your way, that you'll be rewarded. And if you can't have faith in that mantra, then that's a tough place to be in, and that hasn't really proven to be true for her in recent times. So hopefully she keeps going. She looks in good shape and nice and sharp so far tonight, and those chances do come because in female pro boxing the depth isn't there currently, same as it is in the men's. It'll come, but it's not there just yet. So either if you're her, you're looking for that opportunity, and if you can't get it, then you end up with what you've got tonight. There's not really much in the middle, is there? And the difference between the two mentally is significant.
Indeed, indeed. Also just quite simply getting paid and getting out to box. That could easily have not been the case tonight. So late call up, really experienced opponent in the shape of Klaudia Ferenczi, who's been in with plenty of good operators on these shores. Usually goes the distance. She's not expected to win tonight, but she is expected to give Redstall some rounds, and the money would be on this going the full distance. So anything more than that would be a big effort from Redstall. Good sharp start from Redstall, shown her speed, shown her relative class, and on her way to outpointing her opponent. And getting to box at the famous York Hall as well, which is always a bucket list stroke box ticked for the boxers one way or another. Chilly in here tonight. It's a long way from those balmy summer nights when you wish there was aircon and the doors were open. Just slightly removed from that.
Bit of warm-up, I'm sure, over the course of the next few hours. But you're right.
Corners, 10 seconds.
In here today, you don't. You usually take the York Hall factor into account when you dress.
Seconds out, round two.
Into round two then. Megan Redstall, first female professional boxer from West Wiltshire, already creating a little bit of her own personal history, but she's hoping that this is simply the start. It'll have felt like a long journey since she turned pro. Like a lot of boxers, had to sort of endure a lockdown, and that pretty much put a roadblock in terms of the career progression during 2021, and then the disappointments of the last year in the run-up to Christmas. But getting in action tonight, getting paid, and then having the platform courtesy of Top Tier and Johnny Clark and DAZN, she'll be excited about 2026 and what that's going to look like.
Referee just having the word with Ferenczi about slapping there, just motioning to her that she needs to make contact with the knuckle part of the glove, something that referees are more forgiving of in the pros than they are in the amateurs, but it's still those knuckles that you need to look to try and land.
Good feet movement from Redstall in this second round. She's got Mark Kent in her corner, but she's also been doing a bit of work with a former European champion, Joe Hughes, down in Bristol in the build-up to this one. From the same neck of the woods, Malmesbury. Joe Hughes, what a story he was in his time, so that's a good bit of experience to lean on.
I was thinking exactly that when I was looking at her earlier in the week, and it occurred to me that she is from exactly the same part of the country. I did his European title fight when he won away in Italy, and it was one of those wins that gave you a real warm glow inside, a real buzz, because good fighter Joe Hughes, really good character, had that disadvantage where he was born with Erb's palsy, which meant that one arm was quite a lot shorter actually than the other, so he had things to contend with, and that was one of those wins that I always remember because you were just so pleased for him. You're pleased for any fighter when they win a big title, but that wasn't supposed to happen. That was not in the Italian plan at all, and he did it.
Well, just being a pro boxer in the first place was probably a massive achievement for him, but then being able to go on and crown that with a European title. So he's been through his own things and all that pro experience to lean on. I bet that's been a great experience for Redstall in the build-up to this one, and that'll hold her in good stead for next year. I'm told they're looking
Corners, 10 seconds.
In February on one of Johnny Clark's shows, so that's what you want.
Seconds
you want
out,
the carrot down
round
the road, you want the
3.
opportunities, and you want people to have belief in you, and now Redstall's got all of that. Fast hands at the start of this third round, landing a nice right hand, working behind the jab. Redstall. Good fast jab. Managed to walk along to that as well. Redstall, so the jab working well, approaching halfway.
She just needs to get her feet a bit closer, doesn't she, Redstall? I think she's letting plenty go. She's letting it go with some purpose, but I think if she just manages to slide those feet in just a little bit closer, then she'll start to connect with a bit more force.
Early doors as well, just the 7th fight, so we were talking about styles and developing your own style, getting the right blend, all of that just comes fight to fight to fight to fight. And in many ways, it's a steeper learning curve for the women as well, isn't it? Because the talent pool isn't as deep as the men's side. That'll come, that'll change. And the sparring opportunities aren't as plentiful as they are in the men's side. Again, that will come. So you're always having to just work a little harder, do things a little differently. The opportunities aren't quite the same yet, but of course all of that's changing.
No, and that's the interesting thing and an important thing when you're discussing the difference between male and female pro boxing, because yes, we're always working towards equality, and that's the end game in terms of pay, in terms of everything. But until you actually get there, you have to be aware of the difference between the two. There's no point saying that everything's the same, because although that is the ideal, that's not the current situation, and it doesn't help female pro boxing for people to walk around pretending like that's the case, because they have their own challenges, they have their own issues that male pro boxers, as you outlined there, don't necessarily have. And the jumps are big, aren't they?
Absolutely, absolutely. And on top of that, he's a full-time paramedic, juggling that job, which it must be demanding and difficult, pressurised.
Corners, 10 seconds.
At times emotional, all alongside training twice a day, going to the gym and
seconds out, round 4.
And then your diet and all of that. So it's hard graft for sure. You've got to love it, and she absolutely loves it. I like the jab, like the hand speed so far through the first 3 and a bit rounds as we go into the 4th. Ah, that was cute, wasn't it? Stayed in range, dipped the shoulder, and fired back with a couple of fast shots, including an uppercut. Really clever stuff, and then she turned her, and she didn't see that shot coming, Ferenczi, and because of that, the first time in the fight where she's been stung. Really smart, sharp counter-punching from Redstall.
That was good. She caught her with the right hand on the turn. and she felt it, and then just stepped in and hit her with a nice uppercut. And that time she was right on top of her, feet in tight, close, and the punches registered, and she's made a dent in Ferenczi there, I think.
It's the shots that you don't see that tend to hurt, and that's exactly what happened there. She's building on it now and looking sharp. And it's what Andy was asking for, just getting the feet a little closer, maybe taking a few more chances, staying in range a little more, and trusting her counter-punching ability off the defences. And all of that starting to work for her. Ferenczi knows that things have just gone up a notch, and she's trying to motivate herself.
And she turns southpaw here, Redstall. Ferenczi just happy enough there to get a hold of her and walk her back a little bit and nick her a few seconds rest. But this has been a tough round for her, and Redstall, again, if she can just keep the tempo nice and high in rounds 5, round 6. Don't go crazy, don't go looking for it too hard, but just turn that screw and see what happens.
Good round, really good round. Best round of the fight, probably one of the better rounds of her career as well. And that's what we want to see, is going through the gears, fighters evolving before your eyes, and we saw a bit of that evolution in that round. Plenty of good fighters as well domestically around these weights, sort of Superfly and Bantam. Obviously Laura Payne was supposed to be in the opposite corner tonight, but you got Emma Dolan,
Corners,
Laura
10
Parker,
seconds.
Shannon Ryan, Chloe Watson, and then up at Super Bantam,
Seconds out, round 5.
Stevie Levy's in action a bit later on tonight. There's also actually, you know, we're talking about the depth of talent and the pool, but actually there's plenty around those weights to suggest that there'll be opportunities either of those divisions for her just around the corner.
And there has been around Bantam, Super Bantamweight for a while, hasn't there? I think back to lockdown, and Rachel Ball and Shannon Courtney and Ebony Bridges and Ellie Scotney was turning pro around that time, and Ramla Ali as well. And Yasmina Zapatochna, I saw, has just been mandated for a European title defence that she won at Albert Hall back in March. So 118, 122, as you say, Superfly as well, 115. Those lower weights, that's where a lot of the action is.
And of course, just in recent weeks, we've seen probably one of the best Superflies that we've ever seen, in the shape of Bam Rodriguez. And I was just chatting away to Matt Christie last week about Bam Rodriguez, Andy, former editor, Boxing News, Matt. And we were saying that move that we saw from Bam Rodriguez, where feint, duck, come back with a left hand. I bet you up and down the length and breadth of the country, across Europe, probably across the world, all the kids would be practicing that in the gym the next week.
Absolutely, and that's the power that somebody like that has. And what I really like about Rodriguez, apart from the fact that he's got terrific fighting ability and he's got exactly the right attitude that you would want, when you look at him outside of the ring, it doesn't really look like a fighter, does he? And I love that, because because kids can look at that and just think, this is not a guy who from day one in the school playground was just a king and was beating everybody up and nobody ever dared go near him. Because loads of kids will look at Bam Rodriguez and just think, oh, okay, so you can look like that and do that.
Yeah, that could be me. That could be me. And the reason I mentioned that is, obviously, he's around Meg Redstall's weight, and I wouldn't be surprised if, male or female, you're looking to people around your way as role models, and he absolutely is a role model for the men and women around the Superfly weight division. That is for sure. And what better role model there is around in boxing right now? Not too many. So one more round to go for Meg Redstall. She had that outstanding 4th round. always knew that Ferenczi was going to
Corners,
be
10 seconds.
difficult to absolutely put in her place and hurt, let's be honest about it. She did
Seconds
in that
out,
fourth round.
sixth and final
As we
round.
go into the sixth and final round. She's looked comfortable with the 2 minutes. Regularly spars more than that in the gym. Lovely shot again. Held her feet, trusted her defence, her hand speed, and found the opening. Really sharp stuff.
She's got better and better, really, as the fight's gone along, hasn't she? Because she's been sharp from the start, and that jab in particular goes out quick, comes back nice and quick. But just gradually, she's got fractionally closer. She's just committed that little bit more. And again, there's the uppercut on the inside, and that punch has worked for her a couple of times now.
Yeah, and finding we talked about finding your style as you evolve as a fighter, but also finding what your best distance is. And she's steadily worked that out. Certainly, you cut your cloth according to the opponent that's in front of you, and that's something that will change fight to fight. But we've seen her evolve in terms of the distance that is best suited to operate at with this rival in front of you. We've really seen her get better of that as the fight's gone on. And she hurt it again there with a little shot right hand inside that she didn't see coming, Ferenczi. And it does make you think, Andy. Redstall against a lot of pain. Whether they get that on again early next year or it's going to be someone else in there, but actually it would have been a really good matchup.
It would. It would. It's a shame that it got away from us. But good for her. Good for her, as you said at the start. Good for Redstall just to get out before the end of the year anyway and box, because I think she has managed to let out some of the frustration there, but it was still good disciplined stuff, wasn't it?
Yeah, controlled throughout, got better as the fight went on. That outstanding fourth round, and I thought the sixth round, sort of second best round of the fight for her. So 2 of the last 3, her best rounds of the fight. That's exactly what you want to see. Getting better, getting stronger, evolving, so a bit of variety, and I really liked the performance there to cap it off in that 6th round. So perfect way to start your new career, aligned with Johnny Clark, and then to think and dream about what 2026 looks like.
Yeah, it'd be good for her to go into a new year with that kind of fresh slate and some optimism that these fights are going to get made.
Are you a New Year's resolution kind of guy?
Not really. Not really. I'll give myself kind of New Year's guidelines, I think.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 6 rounds of boxing, we go to the referee scorecard. Referee Amy Boo scores about 60 to 54. And your winner, Megan Redstall.
Comfortable all the way win there for Megan Redstall. And I think the smile says it all. I should have blown away a few of the cobwebs getting out for the first time since June. And really busyness, because her career's been punctuated by time out of the ring. 9 months, 8 months, a year and a half. From 22 to 23. There was a danger that another fight just before Christmas was going to fall through. The opponent did, but the fight went ahead. And that's her 3rd outing of this year. So it's the busiest spell of her career. I think you're starting to see the fruit of that. Hopefully they'll be able to build on it and kick on into 2026, when February title fight is very much on the cards. So it was nearly the one that got away, but it wasn't, and she made full use of the opportunity. Let's hear what she has to say with Ali.
Megan, not the fight you wanted or that you prepared for, but a good run out and another great win under your belt. How tough was it to stay focused on the job in hand?
Look, it's boxing. If you can't take these last-minute changes or things not necessarily going your way on fight week, then maybe you shouldn't be in the sport. It's all part of it. People get injuries, people pull out, it happens. So, but for me, just getting the rounds in on a platform like this, which is a step up for me, I couldn't be more grateful for Johnny and Top Tier.
Obviously, you were meant to be fighting for that Commonwealth title, so presumably, now you've had this run out tonight, great end to the year, you're looking for that at the beginning of 2026.
Absolutely. Beginning of 2026, I want that Commonwealth title. I said it was going to be on my Christmas tree, but it might have to be my Easter egg at this point. But yeah, so Commonwealth, and then I want the British title. We've got loads of girls in Britain. Fran Hennessy, we've got Tia. Why are we not fighting each other? Do you know what I mean? I'm here. I've been in the shadows, but I'm here now. So let's get those fights going.
Brilliant. And before I let you go, a final word to all the supporters you brought out tonight.
Honestly, I can't thank everyone enough. Look at them all in their t-shirts. Wow! But this fight wouldn't be possible without them as well, like the tickets and everything. So I just can't be more grateful.
Well, it was a great performance tonight. Great to have you on the show, and we look forward to that title fight in 2026.
I'll be there, baby!